Hi guys, welcome to episode 20 of Get Your Buzz On. I am here with special guest
Michelle Rivera from Hippie Girl.
I'm so excited to have her on, and I brought a good bubbly La Vostra, so let's see how this one's gonna be. And
I love it already.
Oh gosh, I hope I don't spill it. I have a horrible hand. Here you go, my dear. I'll put this right here.
There you go.
Cheers!
Cheers.
That is
That's
delicious.
I love it.
I'm glad. So how have you been? How's everything been?
Well, we've been all over the place. I've been all over the place.
Tell us about your business and everything before, because I
Before we
just
get
dove
started.
into it
Yes.
because not everyone knows about everything. So sorry about that.
Okay, so Hippie Girl is a spa and a boutique. And what we do for the spa is body contouring treatments. So it's natural treatments that help you maintain your body, whether it's to promote circulation or, to decrease a little bit of fat. Most of our treatments, they just improve circulation. So as we get older, we move less and we need more circulation to maintain our skin texture and even our health. Mm-hmm. And that's what we do with the spa. And with the spa came like the natural products because we created the products. So, you need scrubs so that your skin can look healthy. You need good soap so that your skin can maintain texture. And so it was like a take-home remedy for us, and it just grew in popularity. So we now have a brand called Hippie Girl Natural Products, and Hippie Girl Spa is the separate business. But they are together in one office, and that's what we do. We focus on body care, on health, and making everything natural.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So when did you guys open, or how long have you guys been in business?
The spa was established in 2008.
Okay.
And then, so what's that, 12 years?
That's crazy, yeah.
I can't believe it. They've just
It's just gone by so fast.
I still don't know what I'm doing, but I know I know enough to know that I know nothing and that I still need to keep learning on entrepreneurship, right? And it changes within the years, especially now with the pandemic. But the spa opened in 2008 and the product started in 2012.
Oh gosh, so you're like, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is too with everything changes, so even though you might think you have a hold of it now, clearly right now what we're going through, we don't. So there's always some new changes and things.
That's constant. You have to be able to adapt to change as an entrepreneur.
What got you to start the business? What were you doing before all this?
Before this, I was a paralegal, family law paralegal. And it was I'm a mom, and it was the ability to work with my own schedule.
Yeah.
That was my motivation. It was just, I didn't want to ask for days off, and after asking for so many days off, it's frowned upon, right? Because you're at somebody's paying you for your time, and I just figured that I couldn't do that anymore. I needed to be a mom before anything else.
Yeah.
And it was the best decision I ever made. I'm glad I became an entrepreneur. Craziest decision I ever made.
Well, the thing is though, you take the good with the bad, but at least you're able to, because I have 2 kids too, so I can't even imagine when they get to the teenage years, but things happen all the time. I tell anyone, if you think your day's planned, when you have kids, it's not.
No, it's not.
They get hurt, they get sick, you might not sleep that night, you name it, they'll do it.
Right.
So at least when you own your own business, you can kind of control your own schedule and just be like, hey, I gotta go.
Right, or I didn't sleep last night. I cannot wake up at 6 and go full force today.
Exactly.
Yes. So I think it just prioritizes the woman in us, to, we have to take care of ourselves first to be able to take care of our kids, our employees, and everything else. So I did learn that the hard way. Yeah. But I love it.
No, it's true, because honestly, for a lot of the women, we're the nucleus of the family. So if mom's not good, everyone else isn't going to be good. And, if you don't take some time, And if you don't take some time for yourself, I think like doing self-care, doing whatever you need to do, I think that plays a huge role in like how your family gets molded and everything.
Absolutely.
And taking care of yourself. What are some of the common things that a lot of people like to get when they come here?
When it came to the spa, well, our spa is not open at the moment.
Okay.
We decided to remain shut down until the COVID numbers start going down. So that has been a very strong impact on our finances because the spa was the breadwinner of our business.
Yeah.
So we had to shift. But when the spa is open, we had endermology, which is a full body contouring treatment, and we do it with like a machine that's like a vacuum, and you're wearing a leotard, so you're not naked, you're not exposing yourself, you're covered. But the leotard is thin enough for the vacuum to still be able to suck through your skin. And so what it does is it's promoting circulation, breaking up like toxins, fat cells, different things that stay stuck to like the connective tissue. So these studies were done, the endermology is European.
Yeah.
So these studies were done in Europe, and in Europe, endermology is like a big thing. Kind of like nail salons here.
Yeah.
Have endermology salons over there. And it's common for men and women to do it just because of like the health benefits. And here in the US, it gets targeted more because it was FDA approved for the reduction of cellulite.
Yeah.
And so once you have cellulite in one part of your body, it's kind of like fat. Like you can't say like, oh, I have fat on my hips. Like, well, there's fat, a little bit of fat everywhere, but maybe it's more prominent on your hips. It's the same thing with cellulite. So we would have, so the endermology treats the entire body, like your arms, your back, your abdomen, the inner thighs, the calves. And so it reduces cellulite throughout the body. And it is FDA approved, so that's no negative side effects, and there's been studies done that it does work.
Gosh, I need all the things like that. Whatever. I'm like, I definitely have a cellulite issue for sure.
I'm like, girls, I need to see how you're doing the treatments.
Yeah, you're like, I need to do that. How did you get from paralegal to being a spa owner? Because that's like completely opposite.
Okay, so this is crazy. It was my husband's idea at the time. I'm not married anymore, but at the time, my husband suggested that I open my own business because I was having conflict within myself about the schedule and the dates that I was requesting. And my first idea was a tanning salon.
Yeah.
It just seemed easy to run.
Yeah.
And at the time, there was a show, I think it was called like Sunset or something like that, and it was about tanning. It was really cool, but it was a reality show, and I said, I'm gonna try a tanning salon.
Yeah.
And as I was looking through the machines, I saw an ad for the endermology machine, and then I switched my mind. I had never tried endermology. I had never been to a spa before, but once I read the benefits, I just thought this helps all women of all ages and all sizes, and the studies were there to back it up. So I figured there's no way you can go wrong with this.
Yeah.
And I just took
it off and then did. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I know. Clearly, I was 25 at the time.
And you were like, I don't know what I'm doing.
This is easy. Yeah, I'm going to be at my desk, just,
And now you're like, oh my God, I'm always you're just juggling a bunch of balls and stuff. That's what it is. You're constantly doing that.
Right. I didn't realize I would be janitor and accountant.
Oh, yeah.
And marketing and, all these roles that I didn't even imagine that. I had never known entrepreneurship, but I'm glad I took the step, and I'm glad that I was so naive about the reality of it.
Yeah.
Because I think I would have thought twice before becoming an entrepreneur.
Oh, for sure. Well, and then I think the thing is, what's this? And I always mess up sayings, but it's like the best lesson is the one bought. So if something doesn't work out and you have to pay for it, that's the best lesson for you because okay, I'm not going to do that. But,
right.
I think owning a business, the misconception is, I'm going to be my own boss and I'm going to be able to do my own hours. And you can, but, you're doing taxes, admin, dealing with employees. If they call in, you have to cover cleaning, things that happen. I mean, you name it.
Or me, I own my own business, which means I have to know a little bit of everything. Because if somebody comes and tells me like the toilet's clogged, well, now you need to renew your plumbing. Why? Why? Let me study plumbing now.
Yeah, exactly. No, because you're like, okay, how much is the plumber going to be? You have to be.
And why does he want to replace everything? Because there is that thing. Like there's people that, you know, at times if you don't know what you're doing as a female, it happens. Like unfortunately that they'll try to take advantage, or because they think you have a business, they think you have like, oh, well, she has a business, so she can afford, you know, we're going to charge her $300 more. And so it was learning about air conditioning, learning about plumbing. It was so many aspects that at the end, the learning the spa was just the beginning.
Yeah. No, it's true, because you have to like, a lot of my, I have this one friend, Heather, that she does flips on houses.
Oh, right.
And so I think that was her thing too. Like when she first started, it was like her first house was just like trying to like, you know, deal with contractors not showing up pricing, and then having to deal with that. Now it's completely different, but she's like, I had to learn so much, and it wasn't even the flip side it was just dealing with the plumber, the air AC, the contractors and everything. And I'm like, yeah, you can totally see that too.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, she doesn't know what she's talking about, so we're going to do this and that. And
Right. We're going to do all the work that we don't need to do. But it's been, so entrepreneurship is learning a little bit about everything that's on the table. You learn taxes, you learn how to manage people, you learn psychology, you learn motivation, you learn marketing, you learn accounting, you learn
all kinds of stuff.
Like the market itself, like, you know.
What's your biggest advice for someone looking into like getting into the spa kind of beauty, or how, I mean, I don't know what it is specifically called, so you inform me and let me know.
Right. You know what, just study your market and learn how to market, because you can have the best business, like the coolest, newest machines, but if you don't know how to market it and you don't know how to reach people, those machines will be useless.
Yeah.
Then somebody that has machines that are not as good, that has great marketing, they're going to be the ones who get the people. So I think the most important thing in a business is marketing and reaching out to the people that you're targeting, like for whatever you're offering.
So what has been your marketing? What has been like your main, is social media play a big role, or what has really played?
Yes, I've only advertised once with the El Paso Kids magazine, and the turnout there was great. But then I discovered social media, and I realized social media is free.
Yeah.
Not technically, because you have to pay photographers. There's other income that gets taken away from like marketing on your own, right?
Yeah.
But social media is everything. I have not relied on anything for years other than social media. That's how I get my new clients. That's how I advertise. That's how I market. I don't believe in any other marketing other than people are on their phones all the time. That's where you want to go. And learning not to be too salesy. So we're not selling, we're informing. We're not selling, we're informing. We're entertaining. You're not selling, because I think the moment that you sell, people shut you down. They don't want to hear it.
Well, and that's how I found out about you guys, was on Instagram. So
nice.
it's working.
It is working.
And
that's how I found out about you.
Oh, so it's working. But I think too with the sales, it's so true, because like I do insurance, and insurance is boring, and I already know everyone needs it, you know, and just like you, like with your business, everyone needs to do certain types of self-care. But I feel like if you go into it automatically saying, well, you know, being that creepy salesperson, people can feel that vibe right off the bat. And I actually just posted this, like a sales tip, because I constantly get, you know, I get emails or DMs or people leaving me voicemails on, you know, stuff that they don't even know if I need, or I want it, and they don't even know who I am, or they don't know about the business stuff. So I just feel a lot of times, sorry guys, if you're selling to women, like we need to know the facts. We need to get to know you. I don't want to buy from
like
somebody.
Dating.
Yes, I don't want to buy from some creepy old
first
guy.
Date and you're trying to get intimate with me that day, it's not gonna work.
Exactly.
Like, I have to feel a connection. You have to court me. You have to date me. You have to
Yeah.
spoon me, and then I'll buy from you. But I'm not just gonna go on the first date.
Yeah, and just be
And
like,
give it all
hey,
up.
yeah. And I think that that's the misconception that a lot of them, even we have like insurance agents that I tell the guys, I'm just like, if you hear kids in the background and you have kids, you need to build that relationship and say, hey, I'm here to protect you and your family, or but not so much be like, hey, let me hook you up with the cheapest auto or home insurance, right? That's not going to win people over.
That doesn't win people over.
So with the spa, with like doing the sales, I feel like, you know, I'm with you. You just have to create that relationship. We have to be able to like the person that we're dealing with, because I don't want to buy somebody I don't like and that doesn't know me, you know?
Yes, that's absolutely right. People want to do business with people that they like and trust.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to do business with somebody who's, you know,
Let's be
doesn't-
too salesy.
Yeah, is not professional or anything like that. So we do have to take what we do seriously, and you have to educate them. And a lot of that we do with the spa was educating the women. What is endermology? What is cavitation? What
Yeah.
do we do? Like what service do you need? Because there's women who would come here and be like, I need cavitation or I need this, and then after
Yeah.
talking to them, I'm like, you don't need that. You need something else. Like
Yeah.
this would be better for you. So it's a lot of educating people, helps them make better decisions, and I'm sure does that work as well in the insurance world?
Well, it does. Well, it does, because like they already know I sell insurance. So most of the time, even the people that are like our referral partners, because I deal with a lot of lenders and realtors, 100% of the time, I never even talk about insurance. We're talking about their families. I'm talking about we talk about everything, and I'm an open book. So I'll
Okay.
talk about women's stuff. I'll talk
Same.
about whatever. I'm just like, it's just my life. So I think that, you create that bond, and they know like we've been around for a very long time. They know that their clients are going to be helped. And then once you build that relationship, the client's more interested. You have to get to know them too, to say like, hey, like let's say you're buying a home and you have a business and you have this stuff. I got to make sure that your liability's there, your certain coverages, that you are, that somebody that if I was just like, hey, Michelle, let me just do your home insurance quote, I'm not going to know all that stuff. And that's why I tell people, the more you know, the better, because then you'll know how to protect them if something were to happen with if someone falls on your property and they try to sue you.
Right.
So-
And I think that applies to almost all businesses. Like the more I know my clients, the more I know that they don't need this service, that they need that.
Yeah.
That maybe a package is better for them than like a single session, things like that. And you're right. As we get to know the clients, you can offer them better service and
Yeah.
better options as well.
Well, like my facial lady, for example, she's like, oh, I know Victoria just doesn't want any wrinkles forever. So I'm like, do whatever you need to do. Like, just do whatever. And so she's like, okay. I don't even ask her what treatments I need or anything like that, because she already knows. I'm like, just, if I have a wrinkle, we're going to have a problem. So she's like, okay, I'll do whatever it takes.
Well, look, she's doing a great job. You have
Thanks.
great skin.
Thanks. It's just like, I'm like, it's the makeup, I promise. Underneath this, we got problems.
No, you're kidding.
So I think, and then a relationship works both ways. You can't just constantly be asking and asking, and if you're not getting anything back, or if that client feels like you're just totally using them for business, they're not going to want to do business with you.
No, they don't, and that's one thing that I think we've had to learn, because as we opened, the spa was really busy,
Yeah.
but really busy is not good.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, because the more you have, the less control you have. And I didn't know those clients from when I first opened. There's some that I still have that have been like longtime clients, and I love and appreciate them, and I have a bond with them that I know will never be broken. So I'm not afraid like if they go to another spa or anything, because I know that I have worked for years on on building a relationship with them that can't be broken, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of those did slip through the cracks, and I don't know who those clients were, and I don't know if they have kids or what their concerns were or why they stopped coming. And that, I think, is something that I would change. I would have, getting an influx of business is everybody thinks, well, that's great, that's where you want to be, but no, now 12 years down the road, I say no. Now I like starting slow and then building, because now what I've built cannot be broken.
No, that's true. And they're like, well, I'm not going to leave Michelle because she does a really good job. She knows all my
Right. If
stuff.
I'm hanging out with your competitor,
Exactly.
you're not scared because you know that we built this relationship that's great, and
Exactly.
you're not going to lose it, right?
No, I completely agree with it. So I'm with you on that. How has the pandemic affected all this stuff?
Oh, wow. Where do we start, right?
I know.
The pandemic helped us. The pandemic hurt us because we had to shut down the spa. And the spa is not going to reopen until the COVID numbers start going down, or until we figure out how it's really affecting people.
Yeah.
We have people on both ends of the spectrum. Like, there's the believers and then there's the non-believers, and I respect both. But I cannot, in good conscience, keep reopening the spa without knowing the science behind it or the real consequences. So our spa has completely shut down, and we have just moved to selling natural products. So the shift has been dramatic. We had to downsize. So we went from 6 employees to, having one part-timer, and then, subcontractors here and there that I may or may not need depending on how much business I have.
Yeah.
Business, I would tell you, has been steady, but it's not the same selling the natural products. It's a whole different business where, like, the spa, like with any business, your demographics, like what are you reaching for this age group? I had like women from 40 to 55 was my target audience, with this income, with this job. And I could tell you exactly the type of target audience that I was looking for when it came to the spa and who I was marketing to. The natural products is completely different.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we are living in a time when people are appreciating natural products, and it has hit. And I think also because of the relationship that I have on social media with the people that are on there, with constantly being active, with answering my messages, with communicating with the people that were engaging with me, I think El Paso, we live in a great city because they have shown amazing support at like purchasing the products and helping us, stay busy.
Yeah.
And they have created a whole business out of something that was my hobby before.
Yeah.
And I love the natural products, but before they were my hobby, I don't think I ever gave it the respect that it deserved to become a real business. However, I love the products more than I love the spa.
Yeah.
It's just the hippie in me. I love gardening. We use our own plants for the products.
I didn't know
We
that.
grow our own plants for the products. We make sure everything is controlled. So I make every single product so that I know that it's 100% organic. That's something that's hard because some people will, the products that come from animals are cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's more cost effective when you're creating a product to use non-nature products, non-plant based. And I didn't want to fall into that where I was selling something that that wasn't genuine.
And what you didn't use yourself.
Right. And that just became something. And we started with a cellulite soap for the cellulite treatments, and it grew into toothpaste, scrubs, lip balms, bath bombs. People ask us for a product, and because we have everything to make it, we can usually customize orders. Or like, you know what, Michelle, I have an itch and like I need something for my skin. Can you create something? And yes, we can. Massage oils, things like that. So it gives us the leniency to adapt to the needs that people have, but still carry our main products.
Huh. That's awesome. And so you grow, do you have like a garden out here or where do you?
We have our garden here in the front, and because it grows so much, we're constantly taking it out. But it's kind of like hair. You know how they tell you, like, if you trim your hair, it grows. That's the same thing with the garden. Like, you trim the garden, and it keeps growing, and it keeps... And there's times when I'm like, like the garden is overgrown, and I don't have space for the herbs.
Yeah.
But we do try to... We do grow our own herbs, and they just grow so fast. So this house was built in 1905, right?
Yeah.
The property was from 1905, and they had the ground covered in brick.
Oh my gosh.
The whole time. So when I picked up the brick, the dirt was amazing.
So nothing had happened.
Amazing. This is not like El Paso dirt. And if you look at my garden outside, that's not like El Paso at all, right? Because it's so green and lush and overgrown. You don't see that here often because it's a desert, but the garden has such great dirt that it just constantly keeps growing.
That's awesome. I like
and undisturbed.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even thought about that.
Neither.
So what we were just talking about too is this place. It's awesome because it's in the historical district, or
yes.
I could be. Don't quote me on anything.
No, it is in the historical district. Yes.
And the house is built in 1905. So how did that process go with buying? Because I know anytime you buy an older property, it's like a shit show.
It has been. But once again, it's my impulsive nature. Like, let's just buy it, and then I'll worry about it. It's a future Michelle problem, and that has gotten me into a lot of trouble, but it has also put me in really great situations. I love the building. It has original wood floors. It has original wood trimming, and I figured if the structure is good, then we're good to go.
You're like, then everything else will work out.
Yes, and so when I first bought it, I had a budget of about $30,000 to fix it up, and I was all, Daddy, that's a lot of paint and chandeliers, and turns out the electricity, so the house only had 5 electrical outlets, which I failed to look at. My bad.
Which I wouldn't have even thought about at the time either.
No, I was so excited with everything else. I'm like, high ceilings, it's beautiful. Turns out it had 5 electrical outlets. I cannot run a business on 5 electrical outlets. So they had to take out the old electricity because it was from 1905, and they had to put in new electricity. So that was $25,000.
Oh my gosh.
So then I had $5,000.
So then what did you do with that extra 5?
We painted a little, and
oh my gosh.
I stretched it out like I've never stretched out a budget. But then I figured, as long as I can get it in running condition, then I'll worry about the rest later. It didn't have air ducts either, which I didn't know either.
I wouldn't have even thought about that either.
So we had to install like the air ducts. So that was like a whole other budget.
Oh my gosh.
That I had to come up with, but it's been worth it. I love the building. I love the house, and I actually looked for, when I was renting on Mesa, I had a really nice clinic, but I wanted my own property, and I wanted an old property that I could turn into a business. I love that idea of, reinventing. So
yeah.
I think that I came on a great opportunity. I love it. I love the house. The house feels so peaceful. It has so much history, and we're still working on fixing it up. I don't think that will ever end, though.
No, and I mean, even with the house that you do have everything perfect, there's always something that goes on in it. So
right, projects always come up, right?
Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm like, it's just life.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you.
And I love the house. Everything's historic. It's really homey. Like, you feel comfortable. So if you're doing the spa or you come in, you feel like really welcome. It's very welcoming.
Thank you.
For sure.
I think I like the ceilings make it feel more spacious. Like
the
tall ceilings, so they're 11 foot. But that makes it hard to heat up and cool down.
I didn't even think of that either.
No, me either. We learned the hard way. $600 gas bill. What do you mean? It was because we were not set up for a house like this. The ceilings make it way more square footage. So whereas it needs industrial sized heating and air conditioning, because a regular size heating and air conditioning will not work on this home.
Oh my gosh. So what did your dad say when you were buying the house and the whole process?
So when I first showed him the house, he was like, tell me you didn't buy that house. And then I was like, Daddy, be nice. That's the house I just bought. It looks beautiful. The structure. And he's like, no, he was not having it. But I think my dad appreciates that I accomplish my goals, which was fixing up the house. So now I have had the house for 8 years, and I've been working on it for 8 years, and it shows. This is not the same house I purchased in 2012.
And you own it. You're like, it makes it a lot easier too, because you're...
Once again, that's one thing that made me want to own my own building, because when I was renting, I had to ask, can I paint the walls? Can I do this? Can I advertise here? Can I do that? And I just hate restrictions, and that's what pushed me to own my own building, which is the same thing that pushed me to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So it just came hand in hand.
No, that's kudos to you. I mean, to do all that and not know any of this stuff prior to all of that is like, it's just crazy. So kudos.
It's absolutely crazy, yeah.
No, it's just like, it's very, wow. It just shows what kind of a person you are to be able to do all that. It's...
To get it.
Yeah, because I would probably be in a corner crying, like, I can't do this.
We do. We only cry in the shower now. I still have my days, but for the most part, it's been great, and I'm proud. I'm proud of, like, everything that's been accomplished, like, as far as the business, the house, and all that, because, you know, it's not easy.
So what would your biggest advice be for, like, not even just the spot, as, like, opening a business in, like, a historical district home now that you know a good amount?
You know, I would definitely recommend it. These houses are built different.
Yeah.
They're not like the new houses. This house has been standing for over 100 years.
Yeah.
It's in great condition. So I highly recommend it. I think that you're going to go through problems one way or another. There's problems if you rent. There's problems if you get a new building. It's just which problems you want to deal with.
Yeah.
And if you like remodeling, and if you like projects, and if you like the feel of like the older homes, the architecture of it, then go for it, because it's worth it. I'm not saying you're not gonna have problems. You will, and you will have a lot of them, but they're worth it because it's something that you like. So go for what you like. If you like something new, go for that, because those are the problems that you're gonna deal with.
So do you have to go through the city to get like a historical permit, or how does that work?
No, I'm one street away. So
oh, thank God.
Even though I'm in the historic district, like only the houses in back of me are subjected to the rules. Like I'm not, so I was blessed
with that. Well, like, so what happens if they want to change anything? They have to go through a whole process.
They have to go through a process, and there's like rules and guidelines that they have to go by. Most of the time, I've abided by those anyways, because I don't want to renew the house. Like, I want to keep the house as is.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that gut these houses and then build a new house, and that makes people cry. That makes me cry. But that makes a lot of people cry because of the history behind it.
Yeah.
But yes, I would say go for it. Go for it. If you like the old house, if you like the feel, and if it's a challenge that you're willing to take on, you're going to take on a challenge one way or another.
That's the truth. That's being a business owner. You're just like, it's constantly something. Mm-hmm. So what advice, like, you're a mom, you've got kids, you've got a business. I guess, how do you balance everything?
How do I balance everything? Pre-COVID times, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was constantly going from one place to another and driving around a lot. And so there's one thing that I'm grateful for with the COVID times, is that it slowed everything down. Mm-hmm. But I would tell you that the way to balance is to prioritize.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What do you want? What's most important? And then everything else, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing. And so for me, it's like to balance my kids, and everything else comes beside it. So if my kids have practice, that takes priority. If my kids have a doctor's appointment, that takes priority.
Yeah.
But now that we have COVID times, we have actually adapted to a new schedule here, which is 3 12-hour days and 4 days off.
Okay.
So it's challenging.
Yeah.
That's like the schedule of a nurse. So I figured nurses and doctors do it, right?
Yeah.
But having the 4 days off is awesome.
Yeah. Well, because then you're able
I'm
to...
off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
That's... Well, because too, you're able to, like, one day do all your errands, clean the house, do all that stuff, and then you have time to spend with your family, too.
Right. Yes. So I'm grateful for that, and we did switch our schedule. Whereas when we had the spa, we had to open up more days to accommodate people. But now I'm loving the new schedule.
That's awesome. So you're like, so when do you see the spa opening up? Like, have you seen like anything in sight or not yet?
Actually, we don't have. I would tell you it might be a year.
Oh
because
my gosh, yeah.
this does not seem to come to an end, and usually it takes 1 year before we can see patterns, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to see a pattern like a year ahead. We have to finish the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I would tell you, possibly my spa reopening will probably be until at least next year.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, no one knows anything. That's what's going on.
Exactly. None of us know anything, and every fact has a rebuttal. So
Yeah,
like,
I'm just
we
like,
know nothing.
I'm just doing whatever best way we can handle it, but I mean, none of us know what's going on.
Putting a good attitude forward is the best way to handle it.
Yeah.
Because we have zero control over this.
Yeah.
You just have control over your attitude and the way you view things. And if you decide to get sad or angry or anxious about it, then that's the energy that you're putting forth for your employees, for the people around you, for your family, for your loved ones.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that energy. So I decided, it's okay. You're shutting me down again. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
I'm twitching with my
but
okay,
you're still
I'll
like,
adapt.
deep breath.
Fine.
We'll figure out
Go
something
online,
else.
I'll create a website. I'll do home deliveries. Just adapt. Like there's no sense in fighting what you have no control over. And
No,
so
that's
I
true.
just learned to be peaceful, adapt to the times, and just go with the flow.
That's what you have to do. What's something that most people don't know about you?
Oh, what? I like to dance.
Oh, you like? Oh,
I like to dance,
What's
yes.
your favorite dance music?
I like all music. I can dance to like classical music. I can dance to, I did country. I like country. I like bohemian music. I like hip hop. I like a little bit of everything. So I'm like just all over the place. But I like to dance, and I think a lot of people have not seen me dance. But
No.
I'm very conservative. I dance mostly in the shower or
Yeah.
in front of the mirror with myself. But I love to dance. I like to feel. I think dancing makes me happy.
Yeah.
So dance.
It's like your outlet to just
Yes.
let it all out and just
Twerking,
chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at that
I'm
stuff.
not that old.
Well, I'm not that old, but I can't do any of that stuff. I'm a horrible dancer. I can move my butt, and that's about it.
Well,
so hip hop's
that's all
pretty
you
much
need.
the
There you
only
go.
one that I'm like, okay. I was like,
got
that's how I
this
got
one.
my husband. He was like, oh, all right, she can get down.
Well, there you go. We can do that to all music, though.
Well, country,
Play the same move.
I have like country music. I just I love it. I just can't dance do the line dance. I get confused.
Oh, I can't do all that, but I could do the two-step to every country song. I'm like, okay, we're gonna two-step to this one too.
I'm like, I'm so bad at all that good stuff. So
Yeah, line dancing is hard for me. I think I mess up, or everybody's going left and I'm going right.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that with line dancing, but I still like to do it, even if I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, well, we're just here for the fun of it.
once you have enough alcohol, none of it matters. It's all good.
That's absolutely true.
So, are you originally from El Paso? Forever been born and raised?
Yes, I was born and raised in El Paso, and I actually love El Paso. I think El Paso is a great place for small businesses. So
Yeah.
for anybody that's inspired or has that itch or wants that drive, this is a great city for small businesses. And not all cities operate that way. And and I think it's something that a lot more El Pasoans should take advantage of. The fact that it's a great city for startups. That should open up a lot of doors for everybody to start their dreams. So take advantage of El Paso. El Paso is a great city. We have a lot of advantages that are not offered in other places. You have, let's say Dallas or Austin. It's the capital of corporate world,
Yeah.
right? You go to corporate world, you can get a great job. But if you have a dream and you want to pursue that dream, El Paso is a great place to start.
Touche. I totally agree with you there. Well, and for your kids, I think the schools, you can send your kid to public school out here, and they're very good. They are just as good as some of the private schools out there that are in the bigger cities. And I think that, for the safety, for raising your family. I think the cost of living, you're not going to beat the cost of living out here.
We don't hear a lot of stories here in El Paso about like the police, and because we have a safe city, that means that the police department is in order, whereas to in other places I know they're not as ethical. And I'm not saying everybody's ethical, but for the most part, if we have a safe city and these big cases are not happening here, we are off to a great start. We have a safe city, right?
We do.
We really do. That's been for years. It's not new. We've had a safe city, and that is something that I think we also take for granted. The amount of homicides and crime that goes on in other cities. Have you ever been to another city where something happened to you?
Well, not anything happened to me. I've lived in other cities, but thank God,
Recently, I was in Dallas, and somebody had like a lock that unlocks all the cars. So it unlocked my car, and they went through, like, not just my car, but it was like 45 cars in a gated luxury apartment community. So it was unbelievable.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that either. Well, don't get any ideas.
Yeah, seriously. No.
Bad. But yes, they have this technology, and it unlocked all the cars, and I didn't know how they had gotten into my car, because I said, I lock
the door.
I lock my car all the time.
Yeah.
But it was actually my SUV, and the back window was unlocked, and normally that back window is not unlocked, and so then that's how the cops were able to find out what they had. They had a magnet type of device that when you pass through it, it unlocks all the windows. So they were able to unlock that window that I thought did not open. Apparently it just needs a magnet.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
The more you know, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But that type of thing doesn't happen much in El Paso, or it's contained quickly, so that we are living at peace. And I appreciate El Paso and the community for what it has to offer.
Yeah.
We're not perfect, but we are a great city.
Yeah. And I think, I always feel safe when we go out and stuff. Like I said, nothing's perfect, but I don't feel like I'm ever going to get, robbed in the middle of the day or something like that. So I think I'm with you on that. For kids and stuff, it's perfect. Mm-hmm. And I think, too, how do you feel about everything going on? I don't want to put you on the spot.
I honestly, I'm blessed, and I have great experiences with the cops. My son just had a drive-by party here at the office in April, at the end of April. And the cops came, and they brought him gifts.
Aww.
We didn't know these cops. They just patrol the area, and they know my business. And when they saw them, it was my son's birthday, they came to bring him gifts. I have nothing negative to say. I've always had a great experience with cops here in El Paso. I've been given chances, if anything, no, we're gonna let this one warning. I've gotten too many warnings because, they're not here. I don't feel scared. I don't feel scared. So I understand that there's people with other experiences, but my experience has been nothing but positive things from the El Paso Police Department. And with them coming to visit my son for his birthday and bring him toys, they didn't have to do that. That's not part of their job. So I know that we have really good people in our police department, and I would like to think that those people are the ones who set the standards and make the difference for our city.
I agree.
But I do believe that there are other cities that need to have maybe more surveillance so that everybody is acting the way that they should, to serve and protect.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of times, the cameras, I think they all need cameras just to make sure that you can check the camera.
If you're not doing anything wrong, it's
it doesn't matter.
A business has cameras. I have cameras here. Yeah. And it's not because I'm spying on my employees. It's because it sets a standard, right? And we want to set that standard. If you're not doing anything wrong, if
then it doesn't matter.
Sitting down with your legs on top of your desk all day, then you have no problem with the camera being there. And it's the same thing for police officers. If you're not doing anything wrong, the camera should just validate you. Yeah,
and I think especially like you said with the staff, you want to be able to come back. Let's say someone came and said, "Hey,
right,
she treated me like crap," and you want to be able to say, "Okay, what actually happened?" And it makes it easier to verify everything
Absolutely.
too. So I'm totally agreeing. And I think in bigger cities, obviously, the more population, the more you're going to have the good and the bad. And so I think that when you give people a lot of power, sometimes they kind of use it, it goes to their head. So I just think that if you kind of have a little bit of control over, like, hey, we're going to monitor these things, we're going to go over the footage, I think that there would be a lot less issues in that level. Like, how are you going to stop people, or how that they manage?
It makes people feel safe.
Yeah.
I do believe in cameras for the people that are enforcing our laws.
Yeah.
I do believe in that.
So that way, if you want to file a complaint and everything, it's all there.
Go check me.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I would be too. I'd be like, okay, like.
I didn't yell at her.
You're like, it was fine. I handled it the correct way. So that's what. Well, and then what part of organizations are around here? Because I know you're are you a part of like some of the community organizations out here?
Not the ones that, I don't know which ones are around here, but I know that I am part of an organization called the Queer Bar Association.
Okay.
And with the Queer Bar, I do their community outreach.
Okay.
And what the Queer Bar Association does, and it's the El Paso Queer Bar Association. So it's a group of lawyers that advocate for human rights. So that everybody has rights regardless of who you choose to be or how you choose to live your life. We should all be treated equal. So they advocate for those rights, and I guess because I'm good at social media, I was the non-attorney chosen to run their social media.
That's
Attorneys
awesome.
need help with that though.
They need help with their commercials. They need help with. I'm like,
Right,
I see some of.
we're not doing that.
No, I'm just like, and me, because we're actually starting. Well, we have our music video that we had to pause when all that stuff that will eventually come out. That will come out eventually, but I want to. It's like it's all about timing too, because of everything going on. I don't want to be like.
Yeah, it was inappropriate.
Yeah,
at first
like
there was a lot of scared people, and we were not wanting to watch a happy video. But we'll get to that point again.
Yeah, and so I don't want to be
phase.
unsensitive, so that's why that hasn't come out. And then we're working on our commercial, and I'm like, I don't want any commercial with like anyone, not me, not anyone, because I feel like once you put people in, it looks cheesy. I'm like, we want it to be clean and crisp and stuff, and I feel like some like the car dealerships and like the attorneys, and I'm like, it just doesn't look good.
Attorneys do need, I don't know what it is about that law license. I think it's that they read so many books, and they're so by the book that they just, a lot of them miss on that communication with their market.
Yeah.
One lawyer that's doing it really well is Alexandra Serra.
She's awesome.
She's
awesome.
so
sweet.
I love her. Yeah, so she started her marketing, but there's not a lot of attorneys doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
If you notice, a lot of attorney pages, they're not like hers. They're more standard, to the point, very attorney-ish.
Yeah.
And we didn't want that to happen with the Queer Bar Association, so I came in to do their community outreach.
That's awesome.
cool.
Well, with her, she was really cool because I've never met her face to face. I've never like anything, but my one of my coworkers had said, I think you need to follow her on social media. So I was like, okay. She's like, I think she'd be great on the podcast. And it was during when the pandemic had happened, so it was one of those live Zoom podcasts. But she was really sweet about like getting back to me and being on the podcast and just like being open to an interview without knowing what was going to happen. So I can't wait to actually like get to sit down with her, like, because I'm sorry, I hate the Zoom stuff. I hated doing, and then the live stuff, I felt like I was stumbling on. And then I couldn't hear certain things because of the lag if you had slow internet and stuff. So it was
Like, what?
And then I'm like having to look like I know what I'm doing and I don't. And so it was, So that was, I was glad to do like face-to-face interviews all over again.
Alexandra's great. I'm sure when you meet her, you're going to love her. She carries great energy, and that's the type of marketing that she has great marketing.
Yeah, and she's hilarious too. Like she'll talk about baby daddy problems. She'll talk about like, because I guess with the COVID thing, people were not wanting to
custody.
Yeah, that's what she said, the whole thing, because they were scared, like, oh.
My ex is in quarantine.
So I'm not
you
going to
can't decide that. Like,
Yeah.
You had a baby with him, you have to abide by the court orders whether you like it or not.
Yeah, so I think that's what she was funny when she would tell me all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't even know any of that. How have your kids been with everything, like all the changes with school?
I'm so proud of my kids. They have adapted really well. They just play video games all day. They sleep from like 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and then they're great. Honestly, I'm so proud of them, like, because I think they've handled it better than adults.
Yeah.
They're just in their room, in their computers, doing stuff, and they come out and help, but they're adapting so well, more than us that still want to be at the bars or hanging out with people or getting human interaction. They're adapting better than all of us. But
yeah.
I do have a concern of what would that do, because these are the prime years of their life. Like, they're going to spend probably like a year without human interaction. I'm not sending my kids back to school.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
Not this year. We're going to homeschool. Because the kids are, they're more educated. My kids are 14 and 12.
Yeah.
And they both came to me and said they don't want to get sick and have to take a vaccine that doesn't have proper studies done on it.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, look at you.
Yeah, you're actually good. I feel the same way, because didn't they say if they come out with a vaccine, it's going to be like the flu vaccine, that it's not going to stop everything the next year. There's going to be a second. They're saying,
right.
Like I said, we don't know like everyone else, but they're saying that there's going to be a second outbreak of COVID. So. Right,
in the winter. So we just want to be cautious, and I think for the next year they want to do online school, which they decided on their own, and I'm so comfortable with that.
Yeah.
That they made that decision. It's just so much easier on me because I didn't have to sell it to them. Like, they came to me and were like, excuse me, we don't want to go back to school.
Well, and I mean, they're old enough to give you the pros. Yeah, so you can say whether if they wanted to go back or didn't. Now you're like, okay, well, this is what you guys want.
I'll allow it.
You're like, the verdict is fine. So how has that been with you running the business and stuff with the homeschooling? Are they pretty good on their own, or?
They're amazing. So this is one of the other reasons that I feel so blessed to be an entrepreneur. We did downsize, and what happened is now we don't have as many employees. So the employee office, we gave away all the furniture and everything, and that turned into my boys' room. So now they have their own little apartment there. They have their little refrigerator with snacks. They have a toaster oven. We don't believe in microwaves.
I don't either.
Good.
I'm like, actually, I don't either, now that you said that.
But they have a toaster oven. They have their bunk beds there, and they have their gaming station. So now that's their office, and so they come with me to work, and it allows me to work the 12 hours that I need without disturbing them, because they can be on the Wi-Fi, they can be taking naps, or they can be doing whatever it is that they want to do within the office. So my boys are with me all day.
That's awesome.
I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate, because as a single mom, that's a big concern.
Yeah, well, and you want to make sure that they're safe, and you're like, I can check up on you. I know what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's a huge thing that you're like, at least, and that they're good boys.
They're amazing.
Like my kids, I hope, but
well, they're little.
I'm like,
I felt the same way when they were little, because they were that 1 and 3,
Mine are very rambunctious, so I'm just like, and my son's still an asshole to his sister, and like it's like a whole deal.
Absolutely. The older one is still mean to the little one. Like that will never stop.
You're like, oh no.
Just get braced for those years, because that will never stop. They just learn to fight about different things, Now it's not like a toy. Now it's Yesterday I found in my son's backpack an Xbox controller, and I'm like, but you have a PlayStation. Oh, the older one has an Xbox.
So you're like, he was screwed because he didn't find that. That's hilarious.
So the other one couldn't find his
controller. Yeah.
I don't know the terminology to use, but he couldn't find his controller, and it was because the little one had hit it, and they just.
That's hilarious. I love it.
It took me a minute to realize what was happening, and I was like, oh my gosh, but then the older one was happy, and we all knew it was the little one. And
oh my God, that's hilarious.
I don't blame him. The older one's an asshole.
You're like, it happens. You're getting your payback.
You get what you reap what you sow. Yes.
I agree. So let's talk about your products, because I need, as my friend Camille says, all the things I need to know.
Well, we could be here all day. I love talking about my products. Let me put this down. So we have some of our top sellers here, and this is our coffee soap. This is for cellulite reduction, and that's the soap that started Hippie Girl.
This one?
Yes. So the product started because I was buying soaps from somebody.
Yeah.
And they told me these are natural, they come from Mexico. I showed them to a doctor, and the doctor was like, "Are you kidding? This is a joke, and it has nothing natural." And I was devastated. I felt like a fool.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Girl, I'm gonna make my own soaps to teach this girl to make sure that like
what's up? This is actually
me again. Like this was lame." So this is what started it. It took me a year to actually get the recipe down, and talking to professors like at EPCC with chemistry, because making the products is science.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
But once again, I threw myself into something I didn't know.
So now you're like, I'm like a chemist trying to mix it all and see how it goes.
I'm gonna get this right. And it has started other soaps. So now we have like oatmeal, we have like our Texas soaps, we have different soaps, and this is an El Paso soap. So if you notice, like it has the mountains, it has the star, and it has a moon. And that detail takes a lot of experience to actually get there to mold it into that shape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we have another one of our top sellers is the rosemary scalp therapy, and that one helps your hair grow. So it's not just for thinning hair, it's for people who are experiencing hair loss, and it actually clarifies the scalp. So sometimes, like, let's say that you use a lot of hair products.
Yeah.
You have, even when you wash it, like, not all of it comes off. And so we have to strip the hair down so that it comes back to its natural state. So this one clarifies the scalp, and it's our top seller. We have our whitening toothpaste, and this one works just like regular toothpaste, but better.
Yeah.
Because it has like charcoal that whitens. It has baking soda that regulates like the pH levels. It has clove that helps treat bacteria.
Uh-huh.
So clove was used by dentists before there was dentists and medication. They used to use clove to treat cavities, and so it has cavity prevention. It has coconut oil, which also prevents cavities, and then it has spearmint and peppermint. So it has everything that you need to have like good breath, a good pH level. Like if you tend to have dry mouth, so it helps with that, and it helps like if you already have like tooth decay of some sort. Like,
I gotcha.
It helps better than regular toothpaste. This is one of our top sellers too, and this is an eyelash and eyebrow serum. So I don't know, did you go through the Pamela Anderson phase, like when you were in high school or middle school?
Oh yeah.
I did too. I had thin eyebrows.
Oh,
and
for
they
sure.
could never grow back, and the eyelash serum helps with that. It also helps like if you wear like the strip lashes, because when you take them off, it strips off your eyelash. You know, maybe one today, one tomorrow, but it starts stripping them. So it helps the eyelashes get fuller. That one is the same recipe that's used here, but differently because it's applied differently. But it's the same ingredients that go into one, go into the other. So that's what helps. Rosemary is behind it because rosemary helps stimulate circulation, and it helps with the hair growth.
Wow.
And a new product that we just made is this. So
Let me try it out.
okay, so we're all wearing face masks now,
Right.
right? And does this give you, for some people, it gives them anxiety.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is, here you go. We're using a face mask spray. And so what this is, it's a sanitizing spray, which is the same thing that's in our aloe hand sanitizer, except we've added lavender. If you can see, there's lavender flowers in there.
I love lavender too.
Yes, and so you spray it on your mask. And not only did you just sanitize it, but you also gave yourself soothing therapy, so it calms down.
Oh my God, that
you.
smells awesome.
So it helps you relax when you're wearing your mask. So a lot of people feel anxiety, or like they don't want
Yeah.
to wear it, or it's normal because we're putting something
You're like-
somewhere that should never be there, like bras.
Yeah. No, that's true. And
We
you're
hate
like,
it, right? But this makes it comfortable for us to smell, and the smell is not only soothing, so it helps like with your nerves, and it helps with your anxiety. But you just sanitize your mask, which you've been breathing on all day, or
Yeah.
which you left in your car, or you threw in your purse, and it should it become contaminated with anything else, this is this is not going to damage the cloth because it's all natural and it does not contain alcohol. So this is just like essential oils with witch hazel and herbs. And so you can spray it on the outside as well, because some people are like, well, the outside of my mask is contaminated. Well, guess what? Now you have something to sanitize it with, and it's 100% natural, and it's actually going to benefit you when you wear it, because it's going to reduce that anxiety that you feel from like having the mask.
That's awesome, and it smells amazing.
It does smell amazing. And so now we're also selling these masks, and these masks are made locally. You know, so cute. I love helping the community. I love helping like females. I love helping everybody that's on a come up, because we all needed that chance, that break, that help coming up, right? I know I did, and there was women who stood up for me, and there was women who gave me a chance, and I appreciate them for it. And I feel that the way to thank them now is to help other women. And so these are made locally by another woman, and if you notice, they're thick. They're not thin.
Yeah.
So these are double layer, and that one is a 3D mask. So for those people that need more space, like on their nose, that helps them. And these go higher. So it depends on what you need. I need higher because I have glasses. So I need the coverage. I need the coverage to go to the air to go down and on the sides instead of up, because then I'll fog up my glasses and I can't see. So every time I breathe with this one, the glasses don't get fogged up because the breath goes towards the bottom.
I gotcha. Okay. I know what you mean now. I didn't even think about that, because one size doesn't fit all.
No, it doesn't. And so we have for petite women, because we all have different face sizes. We have these that are targeted towards, it says men, but honestly, I just think it's an extra large. Yeah. And so I might have a big head, like that's okay. I like my big head. You know?
That's me.
I love it. I'm okay with it. But then there are people with like smaller frames. We have face masks like for kids, for toddlers, because you can't fit this into a toddler.
Oh no.
Right, and the toddler ones come with like, you know, something that they might wear, and the older ones come with like, you know, we need something more formal. I cannot have cars or
you're like, I'm not going to be going out in the street looking all busted either.
Right, I can't go, right, and so, and now I feel like the masks are so common, and I like to match my mask with my outfit.
So you're like, hey, that's another accessory.
I'm like, that one doesn't match, and I'm going to wear the black one, or I'm going to wear the gray one, and now it's just become a fashion accessory, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm not the person that loves to wear the mask. Like, I do feel like it's, you know, because of my glasses, it fogs up and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm not going to fight it. And if it makes people feel safer and it does stop the spread of infection, whether it's me to them or them to me, I'm going to wear it. And so I have different masks that I make sure that match my outfit.
Say, no, I love it. I love it.
That's terrible, but
no, I'm like,
become a fashion accessory now.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm all for being extra. Well, and then you have, so this is cute.
Yes. So we were talking about these. So this is a bath soak. And when you use this in the bath, it leaves flowers all over, which I did not like, because I feel like if I just took a bath to relax, I don't want to clean the bathtub.
It makes no sense, because you're like stressing yourself out cleaning.
Right. I don't like cleaning, so I'll just avoid the bath altogether. So this is a cute way. So what we started doing is we started adding the flower whole. So now you add the entire bath bomb, and instead of having like a bunch of flower petals rolling around, you have one flower that's, you know, floating in your bath.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I love it. I love that idea.
And then you guys have the candles too. They smell awesome. This one. I'm going to steal this one.
So our candles are made with soy wax, which means that they the scent is stronger when you burn it. And we use wood wicks instead of using like something that has wax or paraffin, because that's petroleum. So it helps the soy wax burn longer. Soy wax burns longer and the scent is stronger. That's why when you buy a soy wax candle, it's more expensive, because you're buying quality, and it's going to smell better and it's going to last longer. Whereas to something that was made with like petroleum products, which a lot of the waxes, like paraffin wax, is made with petroleum, those burn a lot faster. and that's the difference between like the candles. So our candles actually do use fragrance because essential oils catch fire.
Oh.
So we don't want to use essential oils in our candles, and it's irresponsible for anybody that does use a high amount of essential oils because they can catch fire with the oils. But we use fragrance, and that's the only product that we have at Hippie Girl that uses fragrance. Everything else is 100% natural.
Well, and you have to, like, if it's gonna cost.
Right. If I'm gonna make a candle, I'm gonna make a good candle.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not gonna make it all
I can't
crappy.
sell it to you for $15 and then it smells like nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I agree.
Yes.
So what? Where can we go, like, to buy? Where can somebody go to buy your products?
So we have our website, and it's hippiegirlnaturalproducts.com, and they can follow our social media. It's hippiegirl915, and we are going with the time, so I don't know when we're open or not.
Yeah.
For now, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, but depending on the status of the pandemic, we might be open, we might be closed. So just check in with us. But we're always available online 24/7.
Okay.
And we're actually let's create a coupon code for you.
Oh yeah, let's
Yes.
do it.
So what coupon code would you like to use? And then we'll create it, and what we'll do is we'll give anybody that uses that coupon code can get like 15% off.
Let's do it. I think we
Yes.
can do. I can't even think off the top of my head. Like
Your business is something that represents you, so
Yeah.
that we know it came from you.
we can do like a bundle B insurance or something
yeah.
like
Bundle B?
or B. Yeah, because our name's Bundle B Insurance. So whatever we can
I think Bundle B, use the coupon code Bundle B, and they'll get 15% off
Oh, okay.
their order.
Perfect. I'll definitely, and I highly recommend all the things. So I appreciate. Thank you so much for having me on the show. We have to cheers.
Yes.
Cheers, love.
Cheers. It's been a good day.
It has been a perfect day. So thank you so much.